Hello, hi, and welcome to 2024. Happy 2024. You are here with your hostess with the mostest, Michelle Emtre Hollis, and this is Five-Star Conversations in the Sun City, El Paso. Happy to be coming to you live and direct from the Sun City. And yes, it is just now 2024 for those of us who have been in the who are in the food and hospitality industry in many ways. You know, some of you, you're on point. You knew that you have your quarters already divided out appropriately, and you just jumped right into 2024. Guns blazing, circled up, pointed out, ready to shoot, and you're good to go. Those other of us. And if you fall in this camp, it's okay. I'm here to let you know that now is as great a time to start as any to planning your 2024 with intention. Why do I say this? Because for many of us, New Year's Eve, all the way through to New Year's Eve, was just pedal to the metal, focused on service, focused on creating that incredible customer experience throughout the holidays at your restaurant and your establishment. And that was your marketing plan, as it should have been, making sure that you're giving quality food, making sure that you're creating that quality experience every single day, because that is going to permeate, especially if you had a really busy season, that was going to permeate through and pull more people into your establishment. The word was going to get out through the actual experience in the restaurant towards the end of the year. So that was smart to focus on there. Now it's a new year, and if you did everything right this past month, you're still seeing high numbers this year. You're still seeing that hospitality, people coming and craving and interested and intrigued and ready to experience your food and your atmosphere, because you made such a great impression throughout the holidays. So for you all, bravo. However, we don't want to attempt to ride that wave solely as we move forward. We want to be intentional about how we are going to continue to invite more people into your restaurant in 2024. And the beautiful thing is, I'm having a few technical issues, but that kind of goes with what we're talking about, because even for me, I personally don't have a restaurant, but I work within restaurants, and I work with other support technology companies, local college. I'm connecting with our local college to offer customer service training for our local community restaurants who want to level up their game. I have more of a personal brand, so I'm helping bring restaurants online in spaces that they need to be to build the right relationships, because social media should be utilized, and the way that it's utilized in 2024 is this: you are building relationships with your community and you're informing them. And so, true to form, this is my first time coming back to the podcast in 2024, because I want to do this the right way. And being that I work as a server in a restaurant whom I'm very passionate about, because they have the leadership, the brand, the product that I am here to help support, to bring out and to amplify their experience in the community and to bring more people to it. I was very busy at the end of this past year. So now as the dust is settling, I'm focusing on how I'm going to move forward with my brand and what's important to me. And so, on an individual basis, we all should be thinking of this. And then as your restaurant establishment, you want to have reflected accordingly over 2023. And then you want to be very clear on how you're going to move forward into 2024 and do that with intention, and how we're going to develop business in 2024. So as I was saying with my technology, I'm not coming back fully yet, because for my personal brand and for what I want to do, the value that I choose to bring for restaurants, I don't want to just be coming on here weekly without intention. So one of the things I've done, if you haven't noticed, I've upped my audio game already. So I have a new setup for my microphone. This is also portable, so it's going to be able to be portable, which is very valuable to me, because I plan to go to a lot of locations instead of just having people come on Zoom or on Instagram Live or whatever the case may be. I want to go on location and actually sit down and have a conversation and bring these stories out in that way. So I am currently figuring out my setup. I'm going to be upgrading that so that I can create a better experience for people that I do invite onto the podcast, so that it can be a more interactive and more immersive experience for the restaurateurs and the community that will be watching these videos, and I want to bring them into the spaces so that they're even more intrigued and want to try the food and come and meet the environment that's being presented through 5-Star Conversations in the Sun City. So that's something you can look forward to. Another thing you can look forward to is me talking to CEOs of big brands across the globe and bringing them on, because I know that that's also going to be helpful to the local restaurateur to just hear and learn the stories of how these brands started and how they were able to grow and scale, because then it just changes the way in which you go about everything in your business when you're thinking of when you're thinking beginning with the end in mind and being very clear about that. And that's what I'm doing too with this podcast. So it's going to be the next few weeks before we really start to, before I have the right equipment and am really able to start setting appointments and having people come in and having these interactive conversations. But as you can see, if you look on all of my videos, that didn't stop me from starting where I was. And if I could inspire any of you as a restaurateur, start with what you have. And I'm going to give you 5 tips to planning out your business development in 2024 that you can do that doesn't have to cost anything. But it is an investment. It's an investment of time. It's an investment of using whatever tools that you have and really taking the time to get out of working in your business and really working on your business and being very strategic about it, because it's not going to happen by accident. But here are just 5 ways that you can plan out your business development in 2024 and be intentional about it. And simple as this. Number 1, go where the love is. So this is basically go where the love is means for you to use your personal network. Invite your personal network to your establishment. You don't have to give them anything for free. If they're your friends and your family, just make it an intention to invite them to your establishment. If your product is great, if your restaurant is clean and a cozy place for people to come, you should not have any, you need to get good at inviting people to come and enjoy your restaurant and your food. In El Paso, Texas, people are they spend money on food all the time. Why not your establishment? Okay. And so that leads us into number 2, which is get to know the businesses in your area around your restaurant. Just go and say hello. You know, you don't have to give anything away for free. I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to give anything away for free, but just go and say hello. Hey, hi, I'm in the area. Just wanted to say hello. We're business neighbors. I'd love, let me learn more about what you do. This is the food I provide, and just want to say hi so we can know each other. So many times we're so close-minded. We don't want to be a bother. We don't want to seem like we're trying to sell something, but 2024, let's change our mentality on that. Be bold, be confident, and just simply introduce yourself to people. And then, you could step it up. Find a local printer. And I say, don't just, okay, these are ways that you can change how you develop relationships in 2024. Don't go to Office Depot to make postcards. Find a local printer. It may cost a little bit more, but find a local printer that you can say, hello, I'm a business owner here as well. And then create a postcard that just says, hey, we're in your area and we just wanted to say hello. This is our food. Come here for your lunch meetings, book appointments for, book reservations, bring your team for your lunch celebration, or the next time you have I'm freestyling this, so obviously it would be a lot more concise, but, wanting to impress your next prospect, bring them to lunch at, El Paso 5-star restaurant. And we can ensure you that they'll have an incredible meal and they will be impressed. You'll get great service, great food, and you'll be able to be on your way. And you'll make a great impression. Great service, great food, great first impression. I mean, that's just wonderful. Great service, great food, and a great first impression. Or just a great impression. So, and that does cost a little something. So I did say for free, but I'm saying if you want to take it a step further, but all you really have to do is just walk around or send a representative, make sure you're hiring people. This is a caveat. Make sure you're hiring, make sure your management are professional. Make sure they like people. It's very important that you hire people that love people to be your front-facing management and key leaders, and then your front of house staff. Because if they don't like people, probably not the best front of house representatives for your restaurant. But if they do, as they should, make that a goal. This is where strategy comes in. Once a week, go talk to 10 businesses. I mean, if you want to be more aggressive, once a day, just go introduce yourself. Hey, love to learn more about you. Let me have, just wanted to introduce myself. We're neighbors. We're business neighbors. It's great to meet you. Let me know if there's ever any way that we can be of service for you. And you just say that. That way it's not a hard sell. You're literally just introducing yourself as an individual to the owner of the other business. You can, let them know how long you've been there, and then just say, hey, if we can ever be of service for you, you just let us know. But I just was happy to come and say hello and happy to be neighbors. But then you want to track these things. You do want to track them because, and this is where technology comes in. And this is where number 3 comes in, which is use the data. Because every manager that that goes to an establishment to say hello, you want to have a customer relationship management system. That's a CRM where you're logging this information. So let's say that your front of house manager goes and introduces themselves to 10 businesses in your area. You want them to get their information, get a card, get a name, a card, get a name and email address, the phone number. And you want to put that information into your customer retention management or relationship management system. And you want to put them, and you want to tag them as a neighbor, tag them as a neighbor business or whatever the case may be. And you want to log that and have them just put a quick note. We met ABC insurance agency down the street. The office manager was such and such. She was so nice. I just let her know that we were happy to make her acquaintance and that that this is the type of food that we have. And if they ever want to come by for lunch, this is when we're open. I think restaurants are one of the easiest sells because you don't have to sound like you're selling anything, but you're just letting them know they're open. This is the kind of food we have. And we just wanted to say hello. And we're excited to be in the community. And we decided that this year we want to get more closely knit with our local community leaders. Now, imagine this, okay? Imagine once a month you invest in inviting 10 or 20 of these businesses together to come into your restaurant for lunch. We're going to provide a lunch, and you can be smart and use items, offer items that maybe otherwise are soon to be cycled out. I'm not saying spoiled, but I'm just saying that you can be wise in how you do this to where it's going to maximize your return on the investment. But imagine just randomly inviting different office managers from different businesses and just inviting them, once a month. You just invite 10 people to come and get to know somebody new, some new people within the area, and you foot the bill. You sponsor that just once a month. And imagine you do that in different industries throughout your community. You just do it once a month. You just make that a strategic, or maybe even once a quarter if you're concerned. But you make that a strategic move. You want to talk to office managers. You want to talk to sales representatives. You want to be intentional about who you invite, but the likelihood that they're going to want to bring their prospect to your space because of the hospitality that you offered, that is good advertising dollars. That is a smart place to put marketing dollars. And it's a way to develop business in an organic way that makes sense. And that creates a relationship bigger than just getting impressions on a social media channel, which quite frankly, social media is great. And that is a business development tool that we're going to have. But with this other method, you can use the data. Because you're collecting information and you're saying, hey, let me have your email address because once a month I want to, I'm going to start inviting, 10 business owners or industry leaders to a lunch. And so I just want to make sure I have your information so I can keep you posted on that. And then do it. You don't necessarily have to let them know that. Maybe you just want to say, if I have any special events, I'd love to be able to keep in touch with you. Is that cool? And then they say, great. Yeah, sure. Then when you create special events, you have their permission to email them and invite them to them. I would almost, I'm thinking this out loud, but I would almost just say whenever we have special events, because then whatever special event you have, you might just have a starting Taco Tuesdays next Tuesday. Well, that's a special event. Now you're going to email them and it's, hey, we just started Taco Tuesday. And now you're going to email them and now they're going to be like, oh, okay. Yeah, they asked, they told me, okay, cool. Let me go check them out. So it's a long game and one that local restaurants aren't quite tapping into. And that is the opportunity to create your own email list that you own, and then to stay in touch with people with intention. But that's how you would go out there and develop business in your area. And I would start with businesses, government buildings, etc., office managers in government buildings, in hospitals, in clinics, etc., in your area, because they're close to you. And this way you're building relationships with the businesses that are close to you. And what do the businesses have in there? People that own homes. Some people do live close, some live far. But when you focus on the businesses, it gives you a place to start that can bring people in during the day, and can bring those business luncheons into your establishment, which are going to pay more. They're going to be worth more than just than some of the one-off, 2, 3, 4 top covers, 4 cover tables that can come in. And if they're businesses, then you attract schools, businesses, etc. These people are just going to have more purchasing. They're going to be more apt to pay more, and they're going to be more apt to probably come more, especially for that lunch hour, because that's where they live. That's where they work. So they'll be there more Monday through Friday. So you'll be developing that business during the day, and then you use the data, as I'm saying, as you're meeting these businesses that live around you, or that work around you. You're going to use the data to input into your CRM, which is the customer relationship management system, so that you can keep in touch whenever you're having any events, and etc. So it's your way to have a way to communicate with these people directly, rather than just having them follow your social media and hope they see it, because that's quite a longer play. And then number 4 is, I want you to have your executive chef create a professional personal brand presence on LinkedIn and on the other social medias. But when you have the owners or the executive chef have a brand presence, a personal brand presence on LinkedIn, what that does is that it turns you and your establishment into a higher level experience, because they're saying, oh, I'm going to go to Chef Michelle, I'm just using my name. I'm going to go to Chef Michelle's. Let's go check out Chef Michelle over there, and let's see what has going on today. And let's see what she's presenting on the menu. Then it's an invitation directly from the chef. Then you get to know the chef's passion for the food. You get to understand their depth of knowledge when the chef presents their inner musings, why they chose this certain food, how they source a certain food, what this dish means to them. It makes it a more personalized experience. And that's what people that spend money, they want to be involved in the experience. Nowadays, especially where so many people are posting on social media. So I highly recommend that, and I employ that, also other CEOs and business owners are going to be more attracted to the establishment where they feel a connection with the executive chef. That's just the way networks work. So I highly recommend that. And then last but not least, when it comes to all social media channels, which is TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, get your front of the house staff involved with content creation. And also your back of the house. I'm trying to tell you, every single restaurant I've worked at, every single one, especially in El Paso. But I think I'm not sure if it's more of just an El Paso thing as it is that it has just happened to be that I've been in El Paso where social media has blown up in the way it has, but people, oh, I'm sorry, I'm running hot here. Okay. People, um, your front of house staff, people that work in restaurants are very creative naturally. It's culinary arts. So they have an affinity towards social media and they have a creativity and a creative eye and they are following trends. They know more than probably you do about how to create a trend. They're excited to do it. They want to do it. They just need the green light. And for you as a restaurateur, you want to have some guidelines. You don't, I get that. So one thing I recommend you doing is open up a WhatsApp, open up a WhatsApp group or some sort of group chat. Ask whoever wants to be involved in content creation that, invite them to the chat. Not everyone has to participate. Some people will, some people won't. That's great. And then they'll start sharing ideas and eventually they'll start creating content. And then you can, they can post whatever they create into the group. And then you, as the owner, as the operator, whatever, then you can decide which ones will go on the main page. And then, or which ones you give the green light to show. If they like it, then the person that created it, they can post on their page, and you can also post it on your page. And then you can post it on your main page, and you can tag all of the content creator people from the group, and then you tag them in the story and they can all share it in their story. So there's a way that you can systematically do it to where those images and that content gets pushed out super far organically. And I just think that is a very smart play. And it's a way for you, you've got all this talent while they're in your establishment, use it. But I understand you don't want willy-nilly just everybody just posting whatever. No. So you have this content creation group. People share the ideas and then they go ahead and then they record the concepts and then they share it in the group once it's edited. And then if it appeals to your liking, then you post it and you give everybody else the green light to post it. And it's just a simple way to create more energy around your brand online, utilizing your staff. And what's it going to do for them? The more people that see their post, the more people that want to come into your establishment, the more money they're going to make if they're front of house and they're making tips. So it's like a win-win-win. And it's giving them more experience to use their creativity, and that's going to help them in their future careers and endeavors. So everybody wins. Everybody wins. And it helps them to build it'll help them to build their personal brands on their social media channels, to have different things that they get to share. And they get to share a different side of their life. So I just think it's incredible. And these are the 5 ways to plan out your business development in 2024. Now, you don't have to have this all figured out tomorrow, but over the next few weeks, take the time to get a calendar and to plug some of these things in. Number 1, go where the love is. Who already loves you? Make sure that you're reaching out to them, wishing them a happy 2024 and inviting them back to your restaurant. What businesses are in your area? Number 2, you want to get to know the businesses in your area. The ones that you don't know, you want to get to know them. You can either just go and shake their hand and ask for their information, say, hey, I want to host an event where I invite people. You can host an event where you invite people and you don't have to necessarily pay for it. You say, you might just offer some hors d'oeuvres. You don't necessarily have to say that you're paying for it. You could just say, I'm just inviting some business owners to come and have lunch. You don't even necessarily have to pay for it, but it would be smart to, at least the first time, then try a couple out, this is the inaugural event. So I wanted to, or offer a 50% discount for any businesses that come and enjoy lunch. You could do that. That's huge. And you still wouldn't be paying for it fully. So, just get creative. Whatever is in, the more strategic you are, the more worth it is to add even more value. Also, use the data. So when you do go and meet these businesses in your area, put their information, use that data, put it into a CRM, which is customer relationship management or customer retention management. I think it could go either way, but really, and then you want to tag them as, a local neighborhood business. And then that way you can send info and say, hey, I just want to get your information. So if we're having any special events, I can let you know. They'll give you their card and then say, let me know when you have any events. And then that way you have permission to engage your community. Number 4, have your executive chef create a professional personal brand presence on LinkedIn. This way, once a month, it doesn't have to be often, but once a month, you could talk about a special that you're making, why you created it, what it means to you, what your neighborhood means to you. Have it be a high quality video. Buffer it out, polish that sucker up, and post it on LinkedIn. And then, of course, you can take that video, cut it up. And then you can post it on all the other social media channels too. But you want to make that professional personal brand presence on LinkedIn because they're building their personal brand. I'm Chef Michelle on LinkedIn. Yes, you have your restaurant business page, but I want to show as Chef Michelle my passion for what I do, my passion for lifting other people up in the community, my passion for, allowing my other chefs to flourish in their creativity. And I want to showcase those things, but I'm building my personal brand because I'm connecting with other leaders in the community as a person. And then I'm engaging with other people as a person, as the executive chef, the high level chef, and I'm growing my personal relationships through LinkedIn. But and then sharing some of those clips over on the restaurant page as well, and on my other social media. But my personal brand, I'm building and making personal connections on LinkedIn. Very important delineation distinction there. And then number 5, get your front of house involved in content creation because they're all theater kids, musicians. They're all on social media all the time anyways. They're all videographers. They're all artists. I'm trying to tell you, I know because I am one of those. But I also work with a lot of those, and the ones that want to do something fun and want to build their brand, they just don't know how to start. So you need to help them start. A great way to start is just starting a WhatsApp group or a Telegram or whatever the case may be, Discord, whatever you prefer, and just get them talking and sharing different things. Start there and go from there. But if you want more support in any of those areas, then of course you could reach out to me. Just shoot me an email at revenuestarglobal@gmail.com. Otherwise, follow me on all the social medias, including LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. You can hashtag Michelle Emtre Hollis. And at Instagram, it's michelle.instar5. And but I also have my own personal brand on Instagram as well, which is just Michelle Emtre Hollis. But if you want tips and tricks and specificity on restaurant growth, then you want to go to @michelle.instar5. And that's it. That is the post. Of course, if you liked this episode and it gave you some deeper insights, just like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I promise you it's going to get better. What I'm doing now, I'm going back to school personally myself. I start tomorrow. I'm super excited. So these will actually be on Wednesdays. Wednesday is going to be Wind Up Wednesday. So we're going to turn up on a Wednesday. this is when we're going to have these conversations, which is great because that's really usually the start of the week for restaurants. That's the ramp up. So ramp up Wednesday is probably what we're going to call it, or something like that. But it's still going to be 5-star conversations in the Sun City. I was doing it on Tuesdays, but I'm shifting it to Wednesdays because that's what my schedule lends me. But I'm doing this podcast for fun and to talk about the culinary experience in the food ecosystem of El Paso, Texas, and to highlight it and to bring it out. This is a passion project for me because I love people in the food industry. I just love because it takes a certain art and creativity to grow food, to create dishes, to sell it. It takes a certain kind of person, and those are usually my people. And usually those people love music. If you're a restaurateur, you love music, you love the entertainment business. I'm a musician, I'm a singer, and I've been involved in the culinary arts community for a very long time. And I understand the beauty of it and what a pillar in our community that restaurateurs and that the food experience has, and the importance of it. So I'm here to help you thrive as a local restaurateur and to get out of your shell and to get out of your store and your brick and mortar space and to be confident in inviting people to your experience so that you can grow as a business and begin to have fun with the creative process of bringing people in and creating experience rather than just working in the business and just management. We need to be in the creation mode, and that's what I'm here. And 5-Star Conversations in the Sun City is here to connect you with the right mindset and the right people and the right energy so that you can enjoy the process of growing your restaurant brand. So that being said, this is Michelle Emtre Hollis signing off. 5-Star Conversations in the Sun City here on YouTube and soon to be other platforms as well. But in the meantime, take care, God bless, and we'll see you soon. Peace.